Hey guys, it's Jess from Crafty Scrappy Mamas. I haven't done a layout share in a couple of weeks. I've been preoccupied with the Christmas Smash book, and then the little mini book that I'm doing for my son's birthday from last year in October. And then, of course, I got the sewing machine, so I've been doing a few layouts and with it. But this one is a very special one, and it's more about the person who my childhood and my background and the person who it is more than about the papers. But I will get into every part of it. So, without further ado, here is the page. So, here's the page. If you follow me on Instagram, if you've followed me on either one of my Twitters, you know that my parents, or if you just maybe know me, both my parents are Jamaican, born and raised, and they came here in the late 60s, the late 60s. And my brother and I were first generation, and we grew up listening to this man who is Burning Spear. His birth name is Winston Rodney, but he goes by Burning Spear. Along with, obviously, Bob Marley, people like Peter Tosh, Barrington Levy, all the people you think of when you think of reggae music. It was a humongous, not even big, a humongous part of our life. I cannot remember one day not listening to reggae. I literally can't remember one day through all my years growing up. And plus my dad was like a big, tech guy, like stereo system, and we had a whole entertainment system that had subwoofers and mixers and tape decks and CD player, record player, tape, as a double tape decks. My dad even has a reel-to-reel machine that he has brought back to life, I should say. He repaired it and everything. So, my dad was a big tech guy. So, we grew up, like I said, always 8-tracks, always listening to reggae. Just because it was part of our heritage. So, this is Burning Spear. If you don't know who he is, go ahead and put in YouTube, Burning Spear, and whatever comes up is going to be reggae gold. Basically, you can't go wrong. So I had to do a layout. And obviously you could see I used some different fun things. I used some watercolor. And I also use, sorry, hold on. And I also use twine and stuff like that. But I really kept it close to the colors of the Jamaican flag, which are black, gold, and green. You guys probably all seen the Jamaican flag. I'll point out some significant points to you, or things why I put it on specifically for that reason. The 45 is because he started making music in 1969. And to present, that's 45 years. So I thought that was that is actually a graphic 45, which is kind of funny because when I think of graphic 45, I think of an LP, a record, and 45 years. It just kind of works. And then I also have a little tape right here, and it says years. I'm not sure if you could see it. Let me zoom in. Yeah, you can kind of see it there. It says years. Then this part here says, listen to your soul. That is from a piece of my mind's eye paper. I'm not sure the collection. And then I have an 80s style jukebox, because when I was younger, it was the 80s. I was born in 78. So the 80s is the bulk of time where I'm listening to obviously any kind of music, but it started from birth. But obviously the 80s were the big time for me to be listening to music. Now, I'm not saying my parents didn't listen to anything else but reggae, but if we were in the car, I would say it was either talk radio, like WOR, or some kind of reggae. Tapes, 8-tracks, depending on which car it was at what point. And then I grew up and I loved reggae too, so it wasn't like I didn't listen to it. I was like, oh, I have to listen to this again. It was like I was singing along with my parents. And Burning Spear is still active now. So he had, I think, a concert last year. Okay. So he, like I said, he's definitely still active now. So it's not like you wouldn't have ever heard him. And I still listen to him to this day. Up around here, RRR, is roots rock reggae. It's something, you know, a lot of reggae artists used to use. I want to say, I don't want to call, he started out, you know, in, like I said, 69, which is around the time Bob Marley started, you know what I mean? Like, so Bob Marley started a little earlier, but it's, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like radio silence. So, I lost my train of thought. Someone is yelling outside. I think some kids are lost in the woods and they're trying to locate them. Is what's happening. I digress. So like I said, Burning Spear, Bob Marley, all these people, Peter Tosh, Bunny Wailer, all these people, were very influential, not just to reggae, but to the country and to worldwide. And obviously it's a shame that Bob Marley is gone, but that Burning Spear is still around and his message is still, you know, if you listen to his music, the message is love, peace, and understanding who you are and where you came from. I think that's also important. And I would not categorize him as old school reggae. I would categorize him as reggae. Bob Marley as reggae. Because some of like dancehall, different story. Ska, totally different story. Dub, totally different story. That's like Augustus Pablo. Guys like that are doing that. Did that. It's a different kind of music. If you ever want to get into it, go for it. Listen out for it. Google it. Go on YouTube and listen to as much as you can. There's like full concerts. Bob Marley full concerts. You know what I mean? So you don't have to go out and buy. I mean, of course you can go out and support the artist still, but if you just want to listen to it and get a taste of it. And a lot of people know reggae, but a lot of people know like 3 Bob Marley songs. You know, like 3 Bob Marley songs and like UB40. Okay, I'm not knocking UB40. It's just a different kind of sound. And I don't know if I would categorize them as reggae. Maybe like ska or like European reggae. I mean, whatever. I'm not saying that there's no difference. It's about unity, but there are different types of it. And most people just know, like I said, like 3 or 4 Bob Marley songs, and their one association with reggae is not something legal, and it's, you know, and dreads, and, you know, not feeling, you know, there's not enough known about it to, there's a lot of stereotypes known about it more than just the music of it. So I never got into anything else but the music. My parents were not Rastafarian, but they're from Jamaica, so of course they have a lot of respect. And like listens to it. But let me finish talking about some of the other things, aspects of it. I did use the sewing machine around the hole and little bits here and here. And around, you see the little bit of writing. Those are some of the songs that just mean a lot to me. And I also did a little bit of hitting journal, because this is a little bag right here. I just journaled about basically what I was saying about both my parents from Jamaica and which songs really touched me. There's a song called Creation. And then there's a song called Shouts It Out. And there's a song called Any River. And those three songs, I have to say, are just, you know, they literally can bring me to tears, and some of it is just the reminiscing of growing up listening to him. And some of it is also just the sound of it and the words that he's saying. It really connects to something that happened in my life that was very, emotional. So I guess, okay, let me give you a little bit of close-ups, like I was saying. Now, for the picture, it is one single Instagram picture. I decided I was just going to do, loads. You could see loads of layers of black, gold, and green paper. And not necessarily in that order. So the green is next to the gold. Sometimes the green is next to the black. But I just wanted to do a lot of luscious layers in there. And now the only thing that's tacking this down is the middle is tacked down. And then I have it on foam tape, but the foam tape is not sticking to here. So it's very, not fluid, but it's very raised without... I did that because I didn't know where embellishments were going to need to tuck under. So I didn't want that space to be capped before I was able to do anything. But it's going to go in a book. It's not going to... Actually, I might hang this one. So I might take off or hot glue just boom, boom right here, just so it's not too much stress in the middle of the paper. And this picture I screen swiped a video that I was watching, and then I posted on Instagram. So that's why it's as it is. I talked about the radio and the tape deck just because that's how we were listening to when we were younger. And these are just thickers, and these are like little asterisk thickers. And the twine is back there. I posted a picture on Instagram of how I taped down the twine just because, just so you could see it. But let me go through and just show you. So Any Rivers there. Do what you can. I mean, those are all of these songs are so, that's some stitching that I did, are just so groovy. Listen to that song, Groovy. Listen to Groovy. There's Shout It Out, No More War. Children's very hard to find on YouTube. You have to either own that or it's on Man in the Hills, but it's still hard to find. Marcus Garvey is one of his more popular songs. So, this is my layout. This one I'm definitely going to have to hang up. It's very important to me. And I do have thoughts and plans on a Bob Marley one, obviously. But to me, Bob Marley was definitely more my brother's favorite artist, and still to this day. I mean, you could sing in the middle of a line of a song and he'd be able to finish it and then start over and then end right where you started, kind of deal. He does karaoke with it. I mean, he's very, very into Bob. But like I said, it's definitely ingrained. I think the one thing I had written about in here is that you kind of always knew it was a Burning Spear song because of his opening. They always did an opening drum beat. And then it would start. Especially the one record I do remember the most is because it came out, I think, 1976, and I was born in 78. So by the time I was listening to it, my parents were listening to it. It was 4 years old, if you think about it like that. I was 2, right? I mean, yeah, when I was 2, they had been listening to it for 4 years or so. And it's called Man in the Hills. And as soon as you see, you probably be like, oh, I think I've seen that before in somewhere. Where it was like, literally looks like a man is laying down and his head is the hills. And all of the songs on there, I could sing them. But no, if you strike the music, I would be able to pick it up. That's how much I like Burning Spear. I guess that's all. I mean, I don't know. Look into him. Check him out. If you are anywhere where you can see him, I was actually thinking, I don't my parents don't really watch my videos. I'm going to show them this video, but I was actually thinking of, last year, I wanted to go see Damian Marley where he was with Nas, but I didn't get to go. Or was it 2 years ago? Maybe it was like between 1 and 2 years ago. And then I had thought in my head, wow, maybe I should try and figure out some way to take my dad to go see Burning Spear. And I was like looking it up, and I didn't see anything. So I'm going to have to break it to him anyway, because he didn't know. It was a surprise. I was thinking about it. But there's no shows that I saw online. I couldn't find any shows. And I was just like, look, I will save up money and figure out how to get my dad to meet me there or whatever. Because even if it's not up here, it might be down there. They live in Florida. It might be, could be anywhere. So that's what I was thinking. But I don't think he's doing any shows this year. He did some shows last year. I think he's in England. No, he's not even in England. So anyway, so this is my tribute to the man, Burning Spear. And even there's this one song, I did a video like literally 6 years ago, one of my first YouTube videos, and it's called Lion. It's a Burning Spear song from Man in the Hills, that record I was telling you about. And if you, right now, I mean, before I was a partner, I didn't know about copyright, so I did this video, and it basically just pictures of lines and lines and lines. And just, if you listen to the song, it's not literally, it is about lines, but it's not about lines. You just have to listen to it, and maybe you'll figure it out. If not, I mean, line is very significant in the Rastafarian religion. So you need to take it from there. But this is the layout. I'm really excited about it. Now, let me tell you I have to say something real quick. This is watercolor, and this is not watercolor paper, hence a little warping. This paper had been sitting for a while, though, and it is just, what's the back? It is some basic gray paper that I did testing on, and I was like, okay, this is going to work. This spot right here, I have no idea why that's there. I'm leaving it. I'm not touching it. What the heck? So, anyway, that's it. I'm very happy with this layout. I'm going to hang this one up. I just have to get the frame and then figure out where it's going to hang up in the house. But it means a lot to me, so I'm very proud of it. Now I have to put this up and tell my parents about it. Bye, guys. Hope you guys are having a good scrappy week. I'll share some other layouts and update you guys on what's going on with that mini book. Maybe tomorrow or so. Okay? Bye, guys. Hope you enjoy this layout. And I hope you really go and listen to some of the music and see if you can either relate to it or at least find the 3 songs I was telling you about. Any River, Shout It Out, or Creation, and listen to those. I mean, those just, they might not touch you, but if you listen to those, then you might know me a little bit better. Okay, bye guys.